What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's Smoothie, and today we're going to do a review of episode 123 of Dragon Ball Super. Now, if you're a fan of Vegeta, this episode was right up your alley. Now, this weekend has been a big weekend for Dragon Ball fans. The open beta for Dragon Ball FighterZ is out. I'm hoping to get some gameplay on this video from Dragon Ball FighterZ if the servers cooperate. So if you're seeing Dragon Ball Super gameplay, then the servers are online. If not, it's probably going to be Call of Duty. On top of that, we had this amazing episode of Dragon Ball Super. Now, last week they showed us that Vegeta was going to get a new form. And they certainly didn't disappoint. But as a Vegeta fan, this episode kind of dragged on. I kind of knew that they were going to put Vegeta's transformation towards the end, but I've been waiting a whole week for this episode, and I just could not stand all the other fights that were going on during the episode. It all kind of felt like filler, and it just didn't flow very good to me. It's not that the fights were bad or uninteresting. You had Gohan and Android 17 fighting Toppo, and then you had Frieza fighting Dispo. And I really enjoy watching 17 fight, because he's so untraditional compared to the other fighters. He has that shield, that energy shield that he uses a lot, and it just comes in handy throughout the whole tournament, it seems like. And the way he used it with Gohan in this episode to try to push Toppo off the edge was pretty smart. It didn't work, but it was a cool idea. And then on the other side we have Frieza, and Dispo's just hammering on him, just going crazy, and then Frieza just gets up and shakes off the dust, and Dispo's just in disbelief, thinking surely you had to take some damage from that. And Frieza's just laughs and like, oh, come on, I mean, are you even trying? It was pretty nice. I'm not a big fan of Frieza, but he's kind of starting to grow on me. And then while Vegeta's recovering, Goku fights Jiren. And I think Goku, his strategy here was pretty smart. I feel like he made the minefield with the energy blasts or the energy bombs just to keep Jiren to make him feel comfortable, like he was like Jiren had the upper hand. And then that in turn made Jiren drop his guard just a little bit. So when Goku used the Destructo Discs, they could destroy the platform that Jiren was on, and he didn't even notice until it was too late. Of course, you know, Jiren didn't go down, of course, because, I mean, we all knew that was going to happen. But, I mean, it was a pretty cool strategy. I didn't expect it. And I think he called it the Destructo Disc Hexa Blade or something. It was pretty cool. Krillin had used that move against him when they sparred before the tournament happened. So it was cool to see that Goku remembered that move and decided to use it against Jiren. And then Vegeta gets up, and him and Goku are about to get ready to power up, and Vegeta says something that I thought was really interesting. He says him and Goku are well aware that Jiren is strong, but that doesn't change the fact that they have to beat him. And that kind of called back all of the old fights that they had. You know, like with Cell and Frieza and Buu. They, you know, their opponents were clearly stronger than them, but they had to win. They had to. And this is just the same thing, and it kind of, from a Dragon Ball fan, it puts Jiren, it takes him off that pedestal. You know, he seems like just invincible, that nobody can touch him. And then it's like Vegeta reminds us he's just like every other villain that they've ever faced. You know, they're going to beat him. You just know what's going to happen. They have to. And then they proceed to start powering up. And as Vegeta is powering up, he has like a flashback of when he did the promise to Cabba that when Vegeta would be the last one standing, and he would use the Super Dragon Balls to wish Cabba and his friends back to life. So when he remembered that promise, it's like something clicked in his head, and he wasn't fighting for himself anymore. He wasn't fighting just to get stronger than Goku. He was fighting to save his friends and fulfill the promise that he made to Cabba. And then we get to see Vegeta's new form. It was clearly Super Saiyan Blue of some kind. It kind of reminded me of Ultra Instinct in the eyes, and just the way it looked. His hair was kind of darker, and but they made so that you know it was Super Saiyan Blue, but you knew it was also something different at the same time. And then at the end of the outro song, you can see Vegeta's new form next to Ultra Instinct Goku. So that might have been there last week. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. He looks so similar to just regular Super Saiyan Blue, except for his eyes and the slightly darker tints in his hair. It's kind of hard to notice. I mean, I didn't notice. It might have been there. So next week's episode is Gohan and Frieza versus Dispo. I don't know what's going on with 17 and Topo, but we'll have to find out. I'm also predicting that this Tournament of Power arc will probably last 4 to 5 more episodes. You're going to have the Dispo episode next week, then probably a Topo episode, and then maybe 2 more episodes for the Jiren fight. And then maybe another one just to conclude everything. You know, the wish on the Super Dragon Balls. But I'm really ready for this arc to be over with. It's lasted a long time, and I just want to know what happens next. So I really enjoyed this episode. Any episode that features Vegeta is pretty good in my book. So if you like this episode, slap a like on this video, leave a comment on any theories you have about the ending of the Tournament of Power arc, and I'll see you next time. Later.